Yo, what's goody? This is Chezza.
GMTM.
I'm Mr. Steven S.
And this is the Casual Fan Podcast, where we like to talk about superhero shit. We did a big one last week, so if you didn't hear it, go to YouTube, go to the Spotify, all them thing there, and you can hear that. And as usual, we always talking wrestling. Is there any superhero shit outside of what we talked about last week?
It's just a bunch of Spider-Man rumors. It sounds like everybody's gonna be in the Spider-Man 3.
Yeah.
So
Heard Tobey Maguire, they're still fixing up his contract pretty much, but yeah, they'll all be there.
And Wonder Woman comes out tomorrow on Disney Plus. Disney Plus. HBO Max and in theaters.
But are we on lockdown? Well, not theaters down here.
On Disney Plus.
It's actually playing at one of the what's that one by Lakeshore? Islington?
Oh, I know which one. It's the big one.
They're playing
the one you on the highway, you see it with the posters and everything. Yeah. That makes sense. Oh yeah, Disney Plus. Make sure people know this week on Disney Plus, or not this week, tomorrow, they're dropping Soul. Did you hear about that? The Pixar movie?
Yeah, I want to see that.
So that's gonna be on Disney Plus. As long as you have Disney Plus, you'll get to watch it for free. So it doesn't cost anything extra.
And if you want to watch for free, just get at me. I can tell you how to do it.
No. I gotta pump those numbers. That one, gotta pump that number just for the show. Just like how
looks good.
Black Panther, they have to pump this one too. Did you guys see Coco?
Yes.
Yeah.
That was fire. So if it's in that vein, like storytelling wise, it's gonna be wicked.
From what I saw so far, I'm like, I don't know if the kids want to watch it, but I definitely do.
Yeah.
It's not playing. Disney makes like a movie for everybody in one. It's like they just, I don't know what kind of voodoo they have, but
it's working.
They call it Disney magic, don't they? For a reason.
Yes, it is. Do you believe in magic? Let me go.
What, hold on, wasn't that McDonald's? That song?
Was it?
Believe in magic song? Do you believe in magic?
That means McDonald's just got a plug?
You do. You always have a friend with a big red shoe. Yeah, see?
Damn.
McDonald's,
You knew all that song. You must have loved McDonald's.
Bro, yo, listen, back in the day.
That's a way back playback.
Listen, when Ninja Turtles first came out and they had the pizza launcher things, like the toy that with the pizza launcher. Yeah. Did I win? No, I got second place. I didn't win the coloring contest. I got second place, so I got like a free Big Mac.
I had the album.
So,
I had the Ninja Turtles album.
Which album?
Pizza Hut.
This guy.
I feel like this is coming out in the conversation right now just because of that.
Look it up. I had it.
And you bumped it often.
I'm pretty sure he did. I think. He did.
True say. If you're gonna say that, remember when the Simpsons dropped an album, Do the Bartman?
Yep.
Yeah, I knew the words to the
Bartman was a whole.
I knew the words to the whole thing.
Bart Simpson was like number one. At that time, if we had social media, Bart Simpson would have ran everything.
Remember the Bartman Pog?
Man, everything. Yeah. I got Bartman right here, actually. Like, I got the Bartman Pop, Funko Pop. Like, when I bought this, I drove off, pulled up Spotify, search Bartman, put the windows down a bit.
And you were instantly transferred back to 1993.
Do the Bartman.
Did you do the Bartman though?
Oh, mama. I'm bad.
Bartman was the running man.
Pretty much.
Cultural appropriation.
Yo, I know the words to that whole thing. It's like going in my head right now.
Do you remember the song? Do you remember the whole lyrics to the McDonald's food song?
Which one?
Was it Big Mac, BLT, quarter pounder with cheese, fillet of fish, a hamburger, a cheeseburger?
Something. But I remember it.
I don't remember that
whole thing.
I think if I wasn't put under pressure, I think I can remember that one.
It's somewhere in the
thing.
recesses of your mind.
Yo, it's a food thing. Let me smoke something, and that shit will come like that.
Right away. You start singing it. See you in line at McDonald's, like, can I help you? Yes. I want like a Big Mac, quarter cheese.
Yeah, I will do
like,
it.
What?
I will do it.
Is that a combo, sir?
Yeah.
But okay.
So, who watched wrestling?
Oh my God.
You don't even want to know it. If you don't know
Oh
what
my
Trace
God.
thought about Raw, I don't think you want to know what
Yo,
Trace thought about Raw.
We were having conversation about Raw.
I was
And just-
texting Chezza and I was texting you both independently. I was just like, I can't believe what I'm watching right now.
And based on what he was saying, I did not want to watch Raw. Based on what I saw, I didn't want to watch Raw. And based on what he was saying to me, I was like, "Oh, you want to watch this?"
Oh, let me
Chez,
pull
was
up.
I lying?
There were some okay, Hurt Business as usual. They do their thing, but let me go. I'll pull it up just to be sure, because there wasn't much that I'm gonna say. I'm like, oh yeah, that was dope.
Especially after a major TLC event, I was expecting more.
They started off with a bust.
Yeah, so Flair. Oh yeah. It started off with Flair just talking, and then Asuka came out, and then she started doing the huggy thing, and then who else came out? Then Jackson Baszler came out. No, was it
Jackson
Baszler?
Baszler came out, and then Dana Brooks and what's her name? I don't even feel
Dana
bad
Brooke
for
and Mandy Rose.
And Mandy Rose. They came out after, and the whole thing, it was just their chemistry. Everybody's chemistry was just off.
Yeah.
You know why everybody's chemistry is off? Because of one person. It was a person who you named first that came to the ring and started talking by themselves.
Flair.
Charlotte.
Because once she gets there, everybody's like, "Fuck, what am I doing here?" She's gonna get a title shot. She comes in, gets a title shot. Who do you think is gonna go against Asuka?
But come on, like people can't be mad about Charlotte. Like, let's be serious. Like, Charlotte is the female Reigns. Like,
Yeah,
they have two pillars right now that you're not gonna deal with. Like, they shouldn't even be on. Like, if I'm a wrestler in WWE, I'm not comparing my position to that guy. Like, he's the cornerstone right now. I'm not worried about him. Like, he's over there. Like, Charlotte's the same thing. Like,
I didn't want to see Charlotte's ass come to the ring and get no fucking title shot.
It's gonna happen. It's a foregone conclusion.
the one thing they didn't hit on was before Jackson came out. Like, Asuka came out, they're doing the hug thing, and Charlotte's like, yeah, but about that title you got. And then Jackson Baszler came out and cut them off. I'm like, okay, so we'll get into that right away. Like, we know she's gonna get that belt back. It's what it is.
It'd be foolish to pretend that that's not gonna happen in the near future. Mania coming up in 3 months.
Exactly.
So, and she's been gone a long time. So,
what they need to do is try to start figuring out how to build more people. Like, actually, what I was thinking. So, with the whole thing with Reigns and Owens, did you guys watch TLC? We'll get into the TLC when we go to the thing, but did you get to watch it?
no, but I heard it was on fire.
Yeah.
That match was
That
great.
match was fire. That match was
I have
fire.
I have a problem with the finish, and I think you
Oh,
know why.
we'll talk about that. But yeah, that match, like Kevin Owens and Roman, like it started off fast. Like as soon as they take the belt to put it up, Roman is looking up like as they're like raising the belt, and while he's doing that, all of a sudden, boom, Kevin hits him. And Kevin's just banging him, like going through everything and just banging him over and over. Jey Uso comes in. Kevin Owens super kicks him and then keeps going. I was like, yo, like just the way that they started it off, like I feel like Reigns just built Owens as a character now. So if Owens goes off, we still know he has this to him, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So we're not gonna really think of the jokey shit unless they like the next thing they do is jokey shit.
He's almost like an Ambrose character now.
Yeah. But the position that it's like the same position that he put Jay in. So Jay and Owens, like Reigns are making them two. but now they got to take those two to make a next line. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like Owen's next one should make the next person. And then Jay's next one should make his next person. So then they can keep growing like that. So that's what they should be doing with Charlotte. Charlotte should make that one person in win or lose. Like Reigns is making these people in wins, right?
Yeah.
So if she actually can do that for the other girls,
Anyways,
it makes sense. But she needs to do that. Like if she just comes in and it's like Charlotte gets the belt, Charlotte doesn't care, like pretty much her NXT run, then it's pointless.
I'm just, when it comes to Flair and stuff like that, I'm just like, don't push me to make me not like her. I keep on pushing her. Like, think about it. Since she's been back, right? She's been on what? TLC, Raw, and SmackDown. Right? Since she's been back. And I'm pretty sure I wouldn't be surprised if she's on if they tape her to be on, what's it called? On NXT. Right? I don't want so much. I only can eat so much damn chicken. You know what I'm saying? Don't give me so much chicken. You know what I'm saying? Give me a couple pieces of chicken, give me something else, and then give me some chicken later on. Right? But you can nod your head, you can shake your head. I didn't say the KFC console. We'll talk about that sometime later. What I'm talking about is just you can't always just give me the same all the time. What are we gonna do next week? Give me Charlotte both shows again?
Yes, that's gonna happen.
But to me, say, okay, if they're doing this, once she loses that belt, whoever is the next pair of champions should be doing the same thing that they're doing with her. If they do it that way, cool. If they just do it because it's Charlotte, and then after Charlotte, and then all of a sudden all they do is stay on Raw and wrestle Dana Brooke and Mandy Rose, then they're using Charlotte wrong. Like Charlotte should be, if Charlotte's going brand to brand, you expect whichever brand wins. If somebody on NXT wins, you expect them to be able to go brand to brand. So if she's opening that gate, I'm cool with it. If she's not, then it's regular WWE.
I don't know, but does Ches watch WWE? Does he know that Vince McMahon sometimes doesn't see things the way the rest of the world sees it?
Yes.
Well, that's why he's Vince.
But that's why I used what's it called as the example, Roman Reigns, because that's the one thing they're actually doing right. Like, and Vince's hand is in it. It's Vince, Heyman, Roman, and one more.
Imagine if
I believe Adam Pearce.
Imagine
but
if
those four are planning that.
So imagine if Flair was a Heyman girl.
That's Vince's one problem. Like Vince should just be like, listen, Heyman, really handle it. Like, just do what you got to do.
I'd love to see a main event Mafia in WWE.
Did you hear about the phone call Shane made to Vince Russo?
I heard it was like an older call, but yeah, I think so. Go ahead.
It was an older call?
No, go ahead. Go ahead. I'm not sure.
No, I didn't get a chance to catch it. I just heard he made a phone call to Vince Russo, and I'm looking at the current state and this was just around when now those ratings came out. Those bad Raw ratings came out.
Yeah.
Right? Someone's like, look at it. Next week, we're having an oldies night. Right? I'm calling it an oldies night.
You know what they do. You know they always bring the legends in whenever the shit goes down.
But that's the thing, is he's always stuck in his head that he's always stuck in the 80s.
Yeah.
If he can wear like a butterfly collar and stuff like that and come to the ring, I think he would. Right? He's always stuck in the 80s. But my problem with him is you have guys there. Everybody's calling for Cesaro. I've been calling for Cesaro for how many years? You have Cesaro there. Just because Vince doesn't think he can carry it, then no.
Did you see so they put out a was it to I believe it's like the ring crew, the camera crew, the agents and all that. So they put out like an email to all of them and said, tell us the 5 top underutilized WWE talents. Number 1 they put was Cesaro.
Of course. Peyton Royce is on there.
That was a collective poll.
Chad
I
Gable.
watched Peyton Royce wrestle. Peyton Royce is actually good she looks really good in the ring. Can't lie.
Oh, she does her thing. Like the two of them, like they have enough women to like create their own thing. It's just that they split them up in 2 shows. They really don't have to split them up in 2 shows. The only people they need to split in 2 shows is the men because they have like a shitload of men on the roster.
Yeah, but then you have to explain it. You have to go back and explain the draft. Again, another reason why the draft is pointless.
Yeah.
In all reality, Peyton Royce is better off by herself. But what was her partner's name again?
So Billie Kay is doing her thing on her own. Like people
Let me
like
tell you,
try to
Billie
play her, but she's funny and she has like her timing.
Billie
Like she
Kay-
hits.
You know what she reminds me of? I think they need to put her into the commentary. She kind of reminds me of Bobby the Brain Heenan. Just offer just the way she can say something funny like, oh, that girl, she said that. She's funny. She's not an in-ring person, but she's a personality that you need to have on
talking, like always talking. Yeah.
She's quite good at being, especially being a comedy, right? And she can always be that heel comic. You know what I'm saying?
But the problem is that she has the Vicky Guerrero voice, like that screechy voice. You know what I mean? So they have to kind of like it works, but on commentary, like to get it like here and there, you don't want to hear screeching through the whole show.
Yeah, but there's also voice training. All those
that's what I mean. She'd have to do that for sure. Yeah.
All those people in the ring. Look at what's her name. Look at Bray's baby mama. What's her name? The cute one. Jojo. When I watched Tough Enough, Jojo didn't have. She got that voice while she was there, right? Training over a year, doing little small things. Boom, in a year, you could have her doing commentary. And I'm still looking for my Glorious movement. They need to hurry up and push Bobby Roode and just.
He has so many little storylines sitting there that he doesn't even realize. Like he can like rewind like a lot of these guys 5 years and just use that person and just retcon everything, and people be like, "Yeah, we're good with this." Yeah. Bobby Roode as Glorious. Bo Dallas comes out as freaking Bo Dallas, like the JBL figure type shit. Like Tyler Breeze comes out as the pretty boy. Tyler Breeze, the pretty boy. Fandango can even come out as the freaking dancer. Like
I personally thought they should put Fandango. They should have changed Fandango's character because he can really wrestle, right?
Yeah,
he's really good in the ring. I think they should have changed his character. Take away Fandango, call him something else, right?
That tag match a month ago was really good.
No, he does his thing.
The main event.
You know what? He kind of reminds me like the way that he wrestles, but the look on his face. It reminds me of Randy. It's like he just, that was fine. Like he's just bored. Like, yeah, that's easy. And everybody's looking at him like, that's fucking crazy. And he's just like, thanks.
He just needs to get fired up.
Yeah, definitely. That's it. Because he always just seems chill about everything he does, but he'll do something crazy, and you're just like,
yeah.
Fandango. I don't know. They have a few people they should still be using right now, but yeah.
So we can get into AEW last night?
No.
Neither.
No.
I'm not watching that dumpster fire.
I caught the part where Sting was in the ring, Taz came, and then I realized that it's time for my bed, and it wasn't worth staying up that late because it came on after all the basketball games.
And they don't know what they're doing?
I was totally into all the basketball games. Like, I don't know what they're going to do on a Wednesday, but both wrestling's ratings are going to go down. Because if Ball is back right now, and my attention was trying to watch 2 or 3 games at a time, wrestling is not going to be my especially with the content you're giving me. It's not must see.
Exactly.
I'm saying it's not must see. So I'm like, I'd rather watch the rappers get their ass handed to them.
But true say, what's it called? NXT on the 6th. I'm going to watch that.
Yes.
That's going to be action-packed. And I don't even watch NXT, but Finn Balor up against O'Reilly. Broke his glass jaw.
I personally...
Then Karrion Kross is probably going to be against Priest. Gargano probably going to be against Leon Ruff.
Don't sound too excited about it.
What's her name? Mercedes Martinez just came back, right? She just showed back up on NXT this week,
and she whooped White Girl's ass on Wednesday, yo.
Was it Rhea?
Oh my! No, the champ.
Tony. No. The champ.
Not Tony.
Oh.
Wait.
Io.
Wait. Let's go back to Tony. Yo, have you actually seen that girl in her outfit? Like Miss Storm? Have you seen you seen her, right? We all seen her, right?
Yeah.
Man, if they had the divas back in the day, and she got a pair of cakes on her, but cakes.
Man, watch that.
Yeah, you all
No,
smiling.
she a baddie still. No, she is.
Oh, Trace, you know what I'm talking about. She got cake. She got pound cakes on her, bro. You don't have to comment. I can do it. I'm the single one here. I can do it. You all all y'all got to do is nod your head.
I mean,
what kind of cake we talking about? Like, what kind of cake we talking about? Like,
She got pound cake, bro. She got pound cake, bro. That little soft one. Yeah.
it's like that. No, I don't know what you're talking about. No, I don't know what you're talking about.
You're exactly.
I don't.
All right, back to what you guys saying. You see, you said that. The person that came in my eyes just now was just like, yeah.
But yeah, actually, yeah. But yeah, she's back. Who else do we have? Raquel Gonzalez. She's in like, what's that her name? Raquel Gonzalez? What's her name? She's like Mercedes, but she's like. Anyways.
She's the older version. She's the.
Wait, no. NXT. No, the New Year's Eve was gonna be pretty dope. That's where it was.
They're trying, right?
Like,
They're trying to be.
I finally found out where it was. I figure if I say words, memory will like jog. I got there. But yeah. What else? Oh.
Review?
Yeah, I guess we get into the TLC review. See who actually won. It might not be anybody.
Might be another.
We all lost because of that pay-per-view.
Let's start from the beginning. I'm not even gonna start where it looks like we started. We can start from the very beginning because. Oh yeah, and the Intercontinental Championship did not happen on TLC. It is happening on Friday, and if you guys don't know, the spoilers for SmackDown are already out.
I already saw it.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, okay.
So, but at the same time, I'm just like, man.
Thank you, Wrestle Talk.
Yo, they are
Facts.
like, they are the biggest.
Facts plus tax.
Yo, listen.
Thank you, Talk and What Culture are like the only ones that go.
Yo, they hate WWE. Like they have. Listen, when that one guy,
Wrestle Talk?
Yeah, Wrestle Talk and what's it called? And What Culture? They have a
AEW
bias. They have an AEW bias.
What Culture? What's his name? The bald guy.
Yeah.
Simon.
He gave it a perfect review.
No. Simon's dope when he gives a review, but they have an AEW bias. So like you'll watch when they review different things. Like for AEW, they're like, oh, okay, you know. It's kind of bad. And then WWE does the same thing, and they're like, "That's the worst shit ever." Like that's what they need to fix their TV. Vince needs to get out, and you're like, "But AEW just did the same thing," and you were just like, "It was fine." But this here, this
particular one, they had favor in.
You know why I think that is? Because if you look at the NBA, I mean, WWE is the NBA of the NHL of the MLB of
the NFL.
Their genre. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And everything else is the Euro League, you know what I'm saying? The MLS, you know what I'm saying? That's their thing. So when WWE does something, you look like, bro, that's what you guys doing? But you notice that the people underneath you are doing the same thing, and they're making it look. You guys have the bigger budget. You guys have this. You guys are supposed to be the innovators. Everybody else is supposed to try to catch up to you guys.
Yeah,
but say everything going wrong with WWE right now. Like we know everything is sinking. And say they look over the AEW and they're like, what do these people want? And they see AEW's numbers are going up. Let's go see what they're doing and sees what they're doing.
I hope not.
And they go, well, let's give them more of that because we can give them more of what AEW is giving them, but with better production.
Because
and then we turn around, they give us the same shit, and we're like, "What? This garbage." You know what I mean?
That
to me, you can't give the pass to AEW. But yeah, go.
That to me would solidify Slim's rumor about Russo, because it's like, how do you out stupid? You hire stupid.
Yeah, the rumor I heard about Russo was talking about him and Shane talked. Like he said, they're cool, whatever. But he talked to Shane early on with the Raw Underground, and he was asking him about what is your thoughts, and he was just like, yeah, Shane was really excited about it, and he had like a lot of ideas for it, but it was just his thing.
Hold on.
I didn't really get
Hold
it.
Hold on. So you're saying Shane consulted with Russo?
The way it sounded, it was just like a conversation. Like he was just telling him about like what he's working on type shit. So it could be consulted, could just be like, hey, bud.
Well, since we noticed that we watched some of the same other wrestling
It's
shows.
starting to make sense.
Did you not hear about fuck, I'm a pothead. That thought just came right out of my head and just went that way. I was fully here, and then all of a sudden
you just shimmied on him.
Shit, I'm thinking of my steak that's sitting on the stove right now. I'm just like, bro, and then boom, thought gone. But I'll pop back in like a pop head. I'll figure it out again.
All right, so there was a kickoff. We'll go into TLC. There was a kickoff, 6-man.
Oh, I remember now. Before we get the kickoff,
or 8-man, but go ahead.
EC3, as we're talking about Raw Underground, EC3 came out and said that he pitched this to them, right? He says 2 hours later I was fired. No, the very next day I was fired. When he pitched this to them, he goes, he was fired after that. And he goes, a couple weeks later, he sees his idea to them pitched. He sees it on TV.
I say half and half because there's that blood sport thing that goes on too, like Matt Riddle and all that. So it's like, at the same time, it's not an original idea if somebody's already doing it, but it within that company was the first time they did it. So I can see, yeah. But he was getting fired before that. He was getting fired way before that. Vince does not like him for some reason.
Man, he doesn't like
from what I hear a lot, his name was Ethan Carter III. Carter, which means Dixie Carter. Vince,
yeah.
Why am I pumping that? Because he's supposed to be Dixie Carter's nephew. So if you're gonna still keep that character from another place, I heard Vince is just kind of like, why am I doing this?
But if you don't really know the history, do you care? If you don't expound upon it, who knew what CM Punk was if you didn't watch him in the Indies and know like chick magnets and stuff like?
I don't know. EC3's like most of EC3's fans come from Impact. You know what I mean? Like that's the only place you really know EC3 from. So it's like I don't know. But okay. So excuse me. 8-man tag match. Kickoff. Chad, Otis, Daniel Bryan, and Big E versus Sami Zayn, King Corbin, Shinsuke Nakamura, and Cesaro. We could use this as our IC title. IC title because Big E is on one side and Sami Zayn is on the other side. Trace picked we're not gonna use this anyway. So
what?
Yeah, so Chad gave out Otis, Daniel Bryan, and Big E won. All right. So first match. Let's
not do it. You would have lost the first one, bro.
I know.
You lost that one.
That's why I skipped it. I looked at it. I said, no. Yeah, we'll keep going. We're not playing. We're not changing the rules in the middle of the game. It's not how you do it. So WWE Championship TLC match. Drew versus AJ, which in the middle, Miz came through, cashed in his Money in the Bank. Well, storyline now on Raw is that Morrison cashed in the Money in the Bank for him. So this became a 3-way: Drew versus AJ versus The Miz. Trace picked Drew.
Try to figure out to get back get it back, saying that he wasn't the one who cashed it in.
That's the storyline going on now. It was funny. It was funny that he's in the back. In the back, he's screaming on his phone like, "Get me somebody who can get that back for me." AJ Styles comes up, click, hang up, let's go. We got a match, bro. I was like,
Raw.
You did exactly what everybody else wanted to do. But yeah, so Trace picked Drew, Slim picked AJ, and I picked Drew. And Drew won it.
I picked AJ? I really did that?
Yeah, you did pick AJ. So go sometimes. And then SmackDown Women's Championship. Carmella versus Sasha Banks. I didn't really get to watch this match, but from the reviews I hear, it's like the best match anyone's ever seen Carmella do.
Yeah, but remember, she's in there with Banks, and how many matches have you watched with Banks that were garbage? I haven't seen them. I haven't really seen a match. I was like, oh boy.
Yeah, she's wicked. Like she
Banks
helps.
is like
she
Banks
builds
is
her
like
people too. She's
Banks is
another
like,
one up
is like
there. Like
Dolph.
sorry, like a Dolph. Yeah,
Banks-
exactly. You can always have a good match with Banks. But so Trace picked Carmella, Slim picked Banks, and I picked Banks. Sasha won. So next match, the Raw Tag Team Championship. New Day versus the Hurt Business. It's a dope match, a very, very good match. And then the Hurt Business one, which we all chose. I was gonna say bet on black, but I forgot. They only put them together. And then the next match is the Women's Tag Team Championship. Asuka and Nia, or Asuka and Charlotte, the special guest or the surprise entry. Charlotte against Nia Jackson, Shayna Baszler. Asuka and Charlotte won, which we all chose. And if you guys want to talk about any of these matches, you can just jump in anytime.
No, I'm only here for one.
I want to skip that match right over. Just go skip it right over.
I'm only here
All
for
right.
one.
Universal Championship. Trace picked Kevin Owens. Slim picked Roman Reigns, and I picked Roman Reigns. And the winner of that was Roman. That was. Would you say that was the best match on the whole show?
Between that and the Sasha Banks, and between that and the women's title match.
Yeah. The Roman was dope. It was really, really dope. All the bells, whistles, and all that shit came through. Yeah. Hopefully they sustain Kevin Owens at this level. But we'll see.
He needs a win, though.
Yeah.
He needs a significant win, though.
Whatever is his next one, even if it's just Jey Uso, you know what I mean? He beats the Jey type thing, like just something to keep going down the line. But now the greatest match that ever happened. Let me start it off like that. If you remember, Monday that passed, not the Monday that just passed, but the Monday that passed before, we were like, what is gonna happen? Bray versus Randy. How will they fight in TLC? So Wednesday, WWE put out a message. They said, Firefly Inferno match. Twitter went crazy. People are like, the Inferno match. Somebody is getting burnt. They didn't understand. They didn't know what was going to happen. Was it going to happen in the Firefly? Was Randy Orton just going to burn down another building? Nobody knew. And then on Sunday, right before TLC started, they told us, first person to be burned loses. We said, oh, somebody's getting burnt. Okay, so this is kind of like that. Remember back in the day when Kane had his match and his hand got stuck in the fire, hand went on fire, boom. So it's like, cool, this makes sense. Somebody's going to get burnt and they're going to lose. Right? Burn, cool. So start of the match, you see Randy Orton come in. He comes in jeans.
Yep. And
A hoodie, but it makes sense because if I'm having a fight around fire, why do I want my skin exposed? Right? It makes sense. I'm not gonna go get myself burnt to be stupid. Like I'm gonna put some clothing on. So cool. He came out. Then the Fiend came out as the Fiend. You know, leather jacket, mask, hair out. Oh, actually, I think his hair was tucked in. Joker pants, what it is. So They start the match. They going back and forth. It was a pretty all right match. You know what I mean? Fighting. You know what I mean? Doing their thing. Let's just get to the points.
You high?
So
You over these? Oh, you laughing at? We didn't get to the jokes yet.
Yeah, let's get to the point.
They
All right,
did such a dumb match. I'm sorry. It's
yeah.
so stupid.
We're not going to describe everything, but they played around the fire. You know what I mean? Like, they played around the fire. Ooh, he might get burned. He might not get burned. Bomb. Something happens. Bray says, somebody bring me my rocking chair. His rocking chair is there. He said, Randy Orton looks sleepy. Let him sit down. Sits him down on the rocking chair. He said, you know what? Randy Orton is a real lit wrestler, you know. He's one of the littest, you know. How can I put this not just in words, but in imagery? So you know what he did? Instead of just burning them and winning the match, he said, let me light a trail. Let me light a trail. So he takes the gasoline and makes the trail all the way over there. Sets it on fire. And right before Randy Orton gets on fire, he wakes up out of his sleep. The man was in his rocking chair sleeping. He was sleeping. Then he realized somebody turned the heat up. Has that ever happened to you? You're sleeping, and then someone turns the heat up, and all of a sudden you start sweating.
Saw it on Bugs Bunny one day.
You know what I mean? Like your mouth starts getting hot. You're just like, what's going on? Why is the house so hot? Don't you? That's never happened to you? So Randy Orton, that happened to him, and he jumped out the way, and the fire just missed him. It was unfortunate. Because I thought he was gonna get on fire. I thought the Fiend was meant to win this match. It's named after him, the Firefly.
When has that
Inferno
ever
match.
worked for anybody who's ever had a specialty match?
Listen, so
look at Undertaker's record in Hell in a Cell. It's not a good one.
It's not. Buried alive matches, casket matches.
That's the one. Sorry,
casket matches.
You should never lose a casket match
ever.
Like, did Brutus the Barber Beefcake ever have a haircut match? Did he have a haircut match? I believe he lost it. I bet you he lost it.
I think he did. I think he lost in there one time.
My lord. Oh, what's his name? Elias. Guitar matches. Guitar on a pole. He lost it. God. Jeff Jarrett. Any guitar matches for him that he lost? Many.
Oh, shit.
I believe many.
Probably lost one to China, too.
Listen. So, Bray and Randy get to the scuffling. And I guess Bray gets very close to the fire. And his back ignites on flames. Randy's looking at him. Bray says, I should run to the ring. He doesn't say, I'm on fire, stop, drop, and roll. Because, you know, that's what we're taught since, like, grade school. Stop, drop, and roll. No, he says, let me get back into the ring. He gets into the ring, and Randy says, like, let me just put an extra fire on this birthday cake. As the man is on fire, running in the ring, Randy says, take this RKO. Boom. Drops him in the middle of the ring. Boom. The Fiend is out. The fire is out. The Fiend and the fire are out. As we know, the first one to burn or be on fire loses. So
Randy already won.
Randy wins. The match is done, right? The match is done. So, you know, WWE drops all the credits and the show ended, right? No, it did not end. It did not end.
Oh, my God.
Randy said, you know what? I'm not happy just setting a piece of this person on fire. This guy has been a pestilence on my life. I burnt down his house. I burnt his house down and told him, yo, get away from me. Yo, listen, isn't the best way of telling someone to leave me alone is to burn their house down? If someone came and he burnt your house down, Slim, Slim, if someone burnt your house down, would you want to deal with
I
them
forgot
again?
they did that angle.
He burnt your house
I
down. He
forgot
burnt
all
down
about
your,
that.
your rocking chair.
Yo, brother,
Oh
me's
my
a Leo.
God.
Me want kill him backside. So yo, you
It's not the
can't.
first time he's burned him.
When they burn down my house, me I
Okay.
got burn it down.
All right. So the burn house. Would your next meet up with him involve any fire? Would it involve fire, or would you say, let's try something different?
He was on fire and dove into the ring. First he stood up. He just
He
stood
stood
there.
up and he was like, oh, I think I'm on fire.
Then he run into the ring.
Let me go into the ring. He went into the ring and Randy said, let me just give you an RKO.
But if you're Randy Orton, I've already won the match. Why am I giving you RKO? I'm not getting my hands on you. You're on fire.
No, but that was Randy trying to help because, you know, as soon as he hit the RKO and he dropped, the fire went out. Randy had to help his friend. You ever have that friend that like does something really stupid, like they set themselves on fire and instead of stop, dropping and roll, they run away, and you kind of got to drop them for them. You got to be the one to be like, listen, get on the floor, man. You have a fire on you.
Just hope I'm not there when they say, "Yeah, idiot, yeah, run fuck." That's it. That's what's gonna come out of my mouth.
Well,
right.
Randy Orton is a better friend. Randy Orton is that friend. He said, you know what? Nah, I can't let him go out like this. He's got to stop, drop, and roll. Let me just bring him down. Doom. He dropped him on his belly, and did he not roll to his back? He stopped, he dropped him, and he rolled him. Come on, man. You can't be a better friend than Randy Orton. Randy is a great friend. And then the Fiend started to look cold to Randy. Randy says, maybe I should turn the heat up. Are you thirsty? Do you want some lotion or something? Here's some lotion. Some gasoline lotion. Let me just spread it all over your body, sir. Your feet. The match is done. I've already won. This is just for shits and giggles. I just feel like burning somebody. So he just kind of lit him up, and then he's like, I can't just put gasoline on him. I have to light him on fire. I have to kill this man. I have to kill this man. If I don't kill this man, he's going to continue coming after me. So,
which brings us to Raw.
No, we haven't lit him on fire yet.
Bro, hurry up, light him on fire, yo. Hurry up, light him on fire, because the story you're telling is just like how the match was, and you're killing me right now.
And then Randy lights the Fiend. And Vince in the back says, yo, we need a different camera angle on this shit right here.
Yeah, because...
But I don't think Vince realized that was a dummy angle. It wasn't a good angle at all. It was a real dummy angle. Like
it was a dummy angle, right? A real dummy angle, right?
It just kind of killed the moment, you know. I really thought a man was going to be burnt on fire on TV. I was going to witness it. Because you got to remember, they do this shit live. So, like, I was going to witness somebody die on TV, like burn on TV. And I didn't even pay for it. I just sat down and watched.
I personally think they went and got the people that did Super Dave Osborne and got those people out. I got that dummy.
This is definitely definitely the throwback episode. Old McDonald commercials.
Yeah.
You know? Like, so yeah. So then Randy murdered him. Poor guy.
But yet Braun Strowman gets suspended for headbutting somebody.
Listen, you can't just headbutt anybody. Like, what's wrong with you?
No, just because set people to fire. Just, hey, let me just burn him and kill him in the middle of the ring.
Yo. He asked for it. It's his match. He named it after himself. He said it's a Firefly Inferno match. So if he named it, that's him.
What they can do with this, with that whole shitty scenario, is take the Fiend, right? Have his character gone for a bit.
but have the Fiend spirit, right? Going to Miss Bliss. So the Miss Bliss is now the Fiend, the female Fiend, to go to go through until the Fiend.
Listen,
you can't.
listen,
You know why
he
we
is
you know why we
stronger than the
can't do
Fiend.
that? You know why we can't do that?
Why?
Because I don't trust WWE writers with Sister Abigail Part 2.
Listen, Alexa Bliss is stronger than the Fiend. If you guys didn't realize, she doesn't just appear. She brings a whole swing set with her into a ring. A swing set. Have you ever carried a swing set? You have kids, then.
I was wondering how they got
You
that.
know what a swing set. That's they didn't carry that in. They assembled it in the ring.
Yeah.
They assembled that shit in the ring. Like
The things you can do when shit is being taped.
you think they're ever gonna let fans back in?
They got to. You
Pay-per-views
got to get that
only.
pop. You got to get that cheer, man. You have to get that
Pay-per-views
pop,
only. If they charge you for pay-per-views only, you don't go to regular shows, the weekly shows, but once a month, pay-per-views, and tickets are $200 in the nosebleeds. So imagine what is going to be in the front row. They'll sell those out.
Sounds like the ACC.
Yo, I got my front row
They
seat
will
right
sell
here.
them out because people will want to see those big matches. You know what I mean? Instead of just like another Raw, which is like what we see right now. Would you want to go sit down and see it? You're just gonna be like, meh. I can skip that.
If I would have paid my money to watch to go into that Raw and shit like that, I think I would have been banned out there. So I got to throw something to the ring. I got to do something. Like this is horrible. I didn't pay for this shit, so I might as well do something to make myself feel good.
Yeah, pretty
Throw
much.
something in the ring, have a sign I'm not supposed to have a sign. AEW all day, like something.
Oh shoot, I forgot. So
Vince fears Tony Khan.
our predictions. We all predicted the Fiend to win, and we are all wrong. All wrong.
Yeah, because who'd have thought? Who the hell would have thought in a Firefly Inferno match?
Listen.
If I remembered that Orton burned down Bray's house the first time, I would have switched my answer because I forgot all about it.
Exactly what I was gonna say.
No, but you would have thought he burned down his house the first time. This is revenge. He gonna burn him. Burn down my house.
Changed my answer. I would have changed my answer.
Listen, Randy Orton. He's better with fire than Kane. Like
because up until that point, Bray had the upper hand.
Man.
So.
Let's see who won.
I'm so glad I barely watched that match. I was like, you know what? I ain't watching this shit no more, man. After that Roman match, I was like, you know, I'm good. They should have saved Roman for last.
He was jumped back in the ring.
And then you here's my thing. You have that match last, right? But you start off Raw with Flair.
You don't get why that match is last.
You have to. You can't come back from murder.
There's that. Also.
No, full stop. You can't follow murder.
That match you either liked or you don't like. That's one of those matches that if you watch that to the end, you turned off the TV. A lot of people don't know if they turned the TV off because of that match or because the show was done.
Chezza, I don't know how I feel about WWE right now.
I just like watching SmackDown.
I've been talking about how AEW continually no sells big moves and strikes and all that stuff. And it's just spot for spot. And WWE just said, we're going to light a man on fire and he's going to no sell it. And then he's going to sell an RKO.
Yeah.
How do you top that?
At least he's selling. At least he's selling.
He has a jacket. He has a jacket on, and his you know those people. Look at Michael. Michael's hair's on fire for a bit before. Oh, my hair. So he spun and whipped that fire out. All right. So his jacket
That's
was on
different.
fire. He was like, "Oh shit, my jacket's on fire. Let me run into the ring so I can get an RKO so I can roll on my back." So his jacket was on fire.
Randy is a great friend. Randy is a great friend. All right. So, the winner is me. I got 5 right. Slim got 4. Trace got 3. So, we're back to this. This is how we're gonna start the new year. Chez with the belt. Man.
The man a recount. I don't know. I gotta go
Listen,
back and check. I gotta go check.
I think Trump's lawyers are in need of work. So you can.
I got the paperwork. I have some stuff from Venezuela that said that first match between the AJ and something was wrong. There's no way I could have missed that. There's no way I could have lost that.
You have to go back in the tapes, but
fake news.
Yeah.
Even that, when I saw that was fake news, was edited by the right.
By the right, because the right is right.
Oh man.
And I am on the right of your screen.
Oh, you actually are.
You see it there. I'm like Jesus.
Jesus. They all love Jesus in jail.
Oh yeah, so yeah, that's wrestling. Truth say, like, listen, like the only thing I really care is or to watch is whatever's going with Roman. Pretty much. The only thing.
He's the most interesting character and most interesting story. So.
And the whole thing, like people like I keep hearing people saying Kenny Omega is the greatest wrestler on the planet. Roman's a better wrestler than him. And people would be like, no, I mean skill-wise and athleticism, and he's a better wrestler than him.
Roman Reigns is wrestling entertainment. Roman Reigns is a better entertainer than he is. Wrestling-wise, I don't think he'd be a better wrestler. If we're going wrestling with the technical and all this, I don't think he's a better wrestler. But I rather watch Roman Reigns in the ring because he's just that much more entertaining. Right? Hogan wasn't a good wrestler. Hogan was entertaining.
Hogan was entertaining.
Piper was a better wrestler than he was, but Hogan was the one you wanted to see in the ring. Right?
For the stories.
Hogan is a better wrestler too.
Oh.
So yeah. So I'm on this tip right now. I am not gonna watch Monday Night Raw because Hulk Hogan is gonna be on it. Bun his racist Ross. I don't care. So yeah, I'm not watching that show because they're gonna bring Hulk Hogan back I forgot. I did not forget. I remember what he said. He didn't want his daughter boinking a black man, so he had to get racist.
He didn't say a black man.
No.
He said a ninja.
Listen, I'm not going into the type of speak that type of person speaks.
Oh, my daughter with a ninja either.
Listen. Yes, you do.
A black man, yes. A ninja, no. You don't want no ninja. We know we don't like ninjas. We like black people, but we don't like ninjas.
But your definition of it and his definition of it are two different things. His definition is just black man. Yours is actually.
Chum Rock said it the best. I love black people, but I can't stand ninjas.
Ninjas. Can't stand ninjas.
So yeah, I am not watching Hulk Hogan because I
wasn't watching Raw anyways. I'm gonna watch football. I'm gonna watch ball, and then I'm gonna link Trace and ask Trace what happened, and then he can tell me whether or not I can watch the highlights or not. So that's why I watch Raw. I watch highlights, and it's skim right through them.
I think Raw needs to bring back Enzo Amore.
Oh my, okay. Now let's talk about this, right? Because I was thinking to myself, I had a board meeting. That's the first thing I'll tell them. I was like, look, Royal Rumble, you need to bring back Enzo. Let him come in the ring. Let him talk, do his blah, 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 blah. He's going to lose. The following Monday Night Raw, he brings a big man with him. They go for a title match, and you let them win the titles that Monday night. Bada boom, bada bing.
Yeah.
right? You're automatically
You're wrong.
your viewership will go up at least 2 million.
You're wrong.
Yo, he's a talker. Like he'll get them in there. Like easy. Let's do like just the one person. Like who was I listening to? They were talking about it might have been I started listening a bit of Disco Inferno and Conan, and they were talking about who out there outside of CM Punk is worthy of signing, because AEW, or when CM Punk had the whole interview with Renee talking about going to AEW or whatever,
Yeah.
is like who other than him is out there that would make a change in AEW. If he came on AEW TV, CM Punk right away would, like Sting, bring more viewers. Like
Yeah.
I believe Enzo is
Are
one
they
of the,
bringing Goldberg back again?
who's bringing Goldberg. WWE? Yeah. You already know how they stay. But
Won't be watching that.
what's his name? Punked it though. Roman punked it, so I'm not exactly sure
watching
how he
that.
did it. Because remember when Goldberg did that whole talk and Roman's like, nah, the next person is Kevin Owens. Like, you're not gonna sit here and try to book me, bro. But that can be done. That can happen within like the first New Year. Just Roman squashes
versus-
Goldberg. Like,
Spear versus spear. If Roman, listen to me. If Roman loses to Goldberg,
there's no
I
way.
think I'm done with SmackDown and Raw. I think I'll be watching NXT from now on. NXT, and that's about it.
And they might just do controversy for controversy's sake.
I don't see that happening.
Let me tell you something. After he beat the Fiend for the belt, the good guys show. Yo, stop your fuckery about good guys show.
You know, it'd be the
Come
best
up with
thing
this
for
fuck
them.
thing.
He wanted the payday, and he got it.
Yeah. The best thing for them to really put over Roman is Goldberg gets in the ring and Roman Goldberg's Goldberg.
Roman Goldberg's Goldberg.
Yeah, so bomb, 8-10 seconds, done. Goldberg's over. Because you're going to start seeing that on ESPN. You're going to see it on all the stuff. It's not going to happen because Goldberg can't take that type of heat. He hates that people look down on him like, oh my God, he lost. You know what I mean?
Not just that. You would have to get some get back.
No, he wouldn't. You can do that
You
down the
don't?
line. You can do that
No.
down the line when Roman's story like hits its like peak and start going down. You can bring Goldberg back in as a final like kick in the butt or whatever.
You
But
think
remember when
Goldberg's
he
gonna
used to
wait that long to get some get back?
You remember what the Goldberg did? Wait, remember Goldberg
Come
did
on,
to the
man.
Rock? Did
Just 'cause
Rock
you-
get back and he get back?
Just because you promised them right there doesn't mean you have to do it. Like you can make
No,
him
but
feel like it.
No, but seriously, did Rock get any get back when Goldberg done him? After Rock was on top, Goldberg comes into WWE, and this destroys him. Rock didn't
Yeah,
get him no
because
comeback.
he went to Hollywood.
Yeah, but still, it's The Rock.
Yeah,
He was
Yeah.
he was your face of your company for years, and you made this guy
And
come
he-
in here and to squash him. I
and
was
he
never
knows
Goldberg.
the
I was never
business.
Goldberg fan. There's nobody can convince me about Goldberg. I thought Goldberg was trash when he was in WWE or in WCW. I think Goldberg's trash now. That's again, you never entertained me.
Honestly,
Right?
Goldberg was like the only thing entertaining to me on WCW.
Oh,
I like
hell
I
no.
like
watched
the I like the
I
ener-
like
the energy of NWO, the energy of NWO and all that stuff. Sting, Raven was dope. I like
Yes,
Raven.
like
and what
I
he
could
did.
not stand Goldberg. His
Yeah.
first couple matches, like, oh, who's this big
But
guy?
Goldberg
Then I
was
keep
just
watching him.
Goldberg was like was an ultimate warrior. It was just the energy that he brought out there. You know what I mean? It was like an ultimate warrior. Like as soon as he
But
came out, you're
controlled.
like, yo, this is fucking hype. You know what I mean?
It was like a controlled version of
Yeah.
Warrior.
And it was
I saw
always
I
less
saw
than a minute.
Goldberg on 2 Monday Night Nitros, and by the 3rd Monday Night Nitro, this guy already had 40 matches. I was like, what the hell? Like, bro,
They're
you
trying
had
to act like they had that many house shows in a week. Yeah.
like I was like, what, bro? He's 40-0 already.
WCW
He
And
went-
he's only been on Nitro for 2 weeks.
He went
WCW
from
try.
like 13 matches to like 42 to like 85.
75-0. Nigga, you guys only had 5 shows. He's only been on there for a month. He hasn't been on Thunder. He's only been on the Monday night. He got there in November, and by December, he already had
Sunday.
Remember, they weren't running house shows. They weren't running house shows. That's the thing. They're acting like they were.
It's what
Well,
we
yeah.
saw on TV and then what we saw on pay-per-view. How did he get so many wins?
That's
Yeah,
just
that
hilarious.
And then people are buying into it. And I'm just like, are you guys crazy? This guy can't wrestle. And then Regal exposed him and got fired for it.
Regal's
Even though Regal's
cold-blooded.
trying to help the man.
Regal's
He couldn't even help the
cold-blooded.
man.
Regal wasn't trying to help nobody. Regal's like, yo, you ain't punking me, bitch.
Regal was trying to help the man. Like, let me
Please,
show you how to
if you
wrestle.
listen to that damn story, Bo, let me show you how to wrestle. If you listen to that story. Randy Orton was trying to teach the Fiend how to stay warm. He said, listen. that jacket is too cold, bro. Too
Them
cold.
tights and them jacket is too tight. You need to wear a hoodie and some jeans, bro.
Bro, let me
Yo,
show you.
man.
Let me show you.
Yo, man's not hot.
He made sure he was. He's like, yo, man, it's not hot. I got you. No, man. But yeah, so that's another week of wrestling. It's not much else to say. The Jim Ross thing, nothing big.
Surprise.
That died out.
Someone's said what's been said for how long?
Exactly.
Who's within the company? Everybody's thinking it.
Mm-hmm.
WWE's trying to open up NXT India. See
Yeah.
that they're working on that.
And they're also trying to open up a lucha type of.
That is just in talks. So I heard, yeah, that is just in like its initial stages. Like nothing's written down, but it's in talks. If they do it, Chavo will be a part of it.
Yeah.
Which is dope because Chavo's been doing like a lot of like TV work as well. You know what I mean? Like he was like, obviously he was in it, but a part of Glow and training the girls, getting all that stuff. So it'd be dope. Chavo, at least you know there's somebody there that knows what's going on. What's his name runs his already out there, so I don't really see him doing much with it. Conan. He runs AAA, right? I believe.
Yeah, but a check's a check, right?
Yeah.
And a check from WWE ain't gonna be no small little check and be like, hey, yo.
And it's in America. AAA is in Mexico, so it might work out for them. But yeah, if they do that, at least if they put the right people in the right spots, that will be one of their biggest shows in America. With the Latin population.
And Mexicans love a wrestling, boy.
Listen, that's why Lucha Underground was so big at first. But it just got so like super like telenovela. Like people were just like, whoa, this is wrestling.
You're going too far.
You're going too far. We're still in America. But yeah, so they do that and they do it right. At least all the it'll make sense when they put them all together on one show. And I hope they don't ever do that with the black wrestlers, because we know the title would be like NXT Hood.
NXT straight
champ.
out the ghetto.
NXT Ghetto.
Straight out the ghetto.
NXT to the ghetto. Next to the ghetto.
What was that fighting game they used to have with all the hip hop artists?
Yo, that was a wicked
Def Jam
game.
Vendetta.
That's what you're gonna hear.
Don't sleep on
That's what
that.
you're gonna hear.
That's a
You're
wicked game.
call it WWE Vendetta.
That's the game Shane McMahon should have played before doing Raw Underground. That's the game he should have played, because then he would have realized, ooh, okay, this is how I want it to look like. Because
Have you tried playing that game lately? I don't think we can. I don't know.
I have it over there, so I can do that. Like, yo, that game was fire. Like, what was that's the one, yeah, that's the one with Snoop Dogg as the main boss. Hard as fuck to beat.
And was not on Def Jam, by the way.
Listen, don't make me pull up the roster of that. Hold on.
It was weird, but
Hold on. There was two of them: Vendetta and Fight for NY. Fight for NY is the first one.
yeah.
Okay, so let's get to the characters. This is for Def Jam. Capone and Noriega, were they signed to Def Jam?
At one point, yes.
Weren't they
Wait, Def
penalty?
Jam or Columbia?
They
At
were
one
penalty.
point, they were. No, at one point they were on
Okay.
Def Jam as a group, and Nori's solo with Def Jam.
Eric Sermon,
Yep.
Flavor Flav,
Yep.
Freeway through Rockefeller, Ghostface,
Yep.
Joe Budden, yeah, Ludacris, Memphis Bleak,
Yep.
Method Man,
Yep.
Nori, Redman, Scarface, Sticky Fingers, Dub C.
So
This might
I
actually
look at that
start making sense to me. Hold on. This might make sense. This roster might be the Def Jam roster, the good guy roster, and then the other roster is the non-Def Jam artists.
So I look at that, right? When you hear like, you know, when you play a game and like you're going against Glass Joe and then you keep on going up. I feel like Memphis Bleak was the first guy. He's that first guy you go against, you know, just to.
Bleak had a good catalog.
Yeah, just yesterday I shared out I got my mind right, money right, waiting for
Don't get me wrong.
Original and remix.
I didn't know. Don't get me wrong. Didn't say he can't spit, right? But if you're looking at the list that was just said, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Scarface, Memphis Bleak, you're not having them in the same friggin' category.
I get it.
You know what I'm saying? At that time, Freeway, Nori, you were not having them in the same category as Memphis Bleak. Memphis Bleak was like with the B side of whatever you're listening to compared to those at that time, right? With those guys. He was okay, but look at the list you just named. You list how many guys are legends on there that you just listed compared to Memphis Bleak. You have these new kids right now who don't know who Memphis Bleak is, but they know who Capone is.
But Joe Budden's on there though. Joe Budden's on there.
Joe Budden has a podcast that's making millions. He might be able to get some.
We're talking about Def Jam artists.
Def Jam artists?
Talking about rap.
He was a dope battle rapper.
Pump. No, he wasn't.
Okay, then
his battle
I was trying to
was
pump it up. I was trying to pump it up, bro. Like, come on, you killing it over here.
Pump it up.
I was trying to pump it up for him, but you're killing over here.
All right, the next crew, Baby Chris. Maybe that's just a character. Baby
Chris Lighty.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. David Banner.
Nope.
Bless. I feel like Bless wasn't he Toronto? Wasn't he from Toronto? Wasn't Bless from Toronto?
I believe so. If that's the same Bless, then
yeah. Bone Crusher.
Wasn't named Blessed or was it Bless?
Bless. Yeah, I think he used to have a last name. You know, it was Bless something. But Busta Rhymes. Crazy Legs. Elephant Man. No. Family. How did Family get in the game? Like
Family. Actually, I think Family was
okay.
Wait. Go back to Elephant Man. Remember, Elephant Man was pumping down tunes.
But was he signed to Def Jam?
And I think he was signed to somebody. When he was pumping down tunes, he was signed to somebody in America.
No, he was signed to Bad Boy, right?
Was he Bad Boy? Bounty was signed to the Neptunes. Sizzla was signed to Khaled.
No. Bounty wasn't with Neptunes. It was Super Cat.
Yeah.
Super Cat was with Neptunes. Yeah, Elephant Man was Bad Boy. Wasn't it him and Diddy kicked off?
I think so. That makes sense just off of them.
Yeah, because Diddy want to come and like, yo, Diddy, he's a yard man. You can't come talk to him. You can't deal with the man in a certain way.
100%.
You can't deal with the man in a certain way. You're gonna get it.
Fat Joe. Havoc. Ice-T.
Who?
Ice-T.
Nope.
Lil Flip. I don't think so. I don't think his big... Was he Columbia? His major?
Yes, he was Columbia. He's actually playing in the background right now, which is scary.
Who you want? Flip.
Lil Flip.
Gay move. That's a Fat Joe. Mac 10.
Nope.
He was on like Who Banging Records or something like that.
He was on Priority for most of the time. And then he was on Cash Money.
Yeah. Prodigy.
Nope.
Sean Paul.
Nope.
Slick Rick.
Yes.
Snoop Dogg, no. Warren G. Warren G
Yes.
was Def Jam East. No, Def Jam West.
No, he was regular.
No.
Def Jam.
Yeah, Def Jam. No, wasn't Def Jam trying to make a label with him like the same way Death Row was trying to use?
Yeah, like it was like supposed to be a Western division.
Yeah.
I don't know. That might have been later. I don't know if it was out the gate.
Oh, okay. And Exhibit.
No.
So the good guys team are the Def Jam artists. The bad guys team was the non-Def Jam artists. Something I
Making
learned.
sense.
It makes sense why all these people are in the game, not even realizing like you're gonna be a bad guy.
Def Jam versus the world, right?
What was the other one? Def Jam Vendetta.
Yeah.
Oh, there was Def Jam Icon. I didn't even play that one. Fuck that. Oh, I guess Def Jam Vendetta was Fight for New York. I don't know. It just redirects me there. Anyways, yeah, we're gonna finish the podcast off with Def Jam Vendetta, a video game that has a better fighting style, a better fighting matches, and a better storyline that was made in 2003 than any wrestling show outside of Roman Reigns in 2020. Please do better in 2021, or this podcast will become about old video games.
We'll have to find something because at this rate,
We can talk about Altered Beast,
Yo, Vince, I need you to take a vacation for about 6 months.
Double Dragon.
Double Dragon versus Battletoads.
No, Streets of
Super
Rage.
Contra.
Streets
Super
of
Contra.
Rage. Oh, yeah. Listen.
Streets of Rage 2. 1 was okay, but 2 was really that shit.
Yeah. And don't even get into the Street Fighters. Or even, I remember when the first Mortal Kombat dropped.
It was the worst thing in the world. Parents thought it was the devil.
Remember you had to put a code in so the blood was red?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll leave it at that.
Yo,
so listen, this is what the podcast can become.
It's a throwback. It is a Throwback Thursday.
It very much is. So be warned, WWE, AEW. We will change our podcast.
We'll find something else.
We will find something better if we have to. AEW, you're gonna have to do a lot more work though. A lot more work.
AEW, any star that WWE drops, just pick them up. You're gonna come down to that. Just pick them up. Or you gotta bring some of these Japan guys over. Like
no, when WWE drops them, don't pick them up for at least a year. Don't pick them up for a year. See what they do. See what they can actually do with themselves and what can they build. Because there's no point. Like, if we knew Rusev wanted to be the way he is now, we would have did that in his indie career. Would have been like, nah, he's falling off. It's kind of like what's it called? Damien Sandow. When Damien Sandow got out there on his own, we're like, I was like, shit. Like, Damien Sandow? Mizdow? You let him go? Shit. Man, with the Impact, and showed me what was really on his mind. And I was like, fuck. Never
like Sandow.
Yeah, that's like when you give these guys creative control. Some of these guys, like even Moxley, I'm watching his creative control. I was like, nah, I'm like,
They need someone to rein them in at the same time. They need somebody to be like, that's cool, but let's do it this way. You know what I mean? Like, they just need a second person, not just someone goes, yeah, just do what you feel.
Here's your concept. I like your concept, so we're gonna take your concept and tweak a little bit.
Exactly.
I'm not gonna fully take away from you. It's your idea. We're gonna go with your idea, but I'm gonna add a little bit of this to it.
They say that's what Pat Patterson was. Pat Patterson would just come in, let you talk, and then he'll start filling in the gaps. Like, okay, let's bring this over here. You're gonna do that there, and he'd just break down why, and people were just like, boom. It was great. That's why they love Pat, because Pat was just easy to work with.
The only person that can tell Vince this sucks.
Only person.
No, wouldn't do it. He's the only person that can tell Vince that. And Vince, we look at him and say, okay, you know what? I hear what Pat's saying, but don't fucking say that in front of everybody. Like, tell me behind closed doors.
No. Pat will do that. Pat knows like the respect thing. So he'll talk to me behind doors, tell him, yo, that shit sucks, bro. Like, shouldn't be doing that shit. Like, let's take it there and do it this way.
Yeah.
He was always that guy. That's why that was Vince's guy. Like,
he knew how to trim the fat.
Do you notice ever since Pat Patterson hasn't been involved in WWE, it just the way it's been going? Like, there's no one to tell Vince no. Like, even Bruce Broussard, yeah, everything Vince says, yeah. Let's take a firecracker up this guy's ass and light it in the ring. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Like, he doesn't not say.
But
Vince.
I think that's what's his name? Heyman. Heyman would be like, yeah, but I think we should go like this. But in the end, when Vince like we're doing it like this, Heyman's just like, okay, all right. But he always tries. He's like, but he still puts it in. Like, I don't think that's gonna work.
Yeah, but the difference, Bouchard, he just says, yeah, okay, that sounds great.
Yeah, exactly. I'll say the difference between Patterson and Heyman is that Vince has the respect for Patterson to listen to what he says. Mm-hmm. He doesn't have that respect for Heyman. So when Heyman says it, it's more like the fuck out my face. Like, who are you? You know what I mean? Even though Heyman's like, Vince, like, there's no other wrestling out here. Like, I really want Heyman? This to survive.
AEW needs Heyman.
No, they don't.
You don't think so?
AEW needs, no, not Heyman, because they need somebody, but it has to be somebody with a mind state that goes with what they're doing. You know what I mean? Like, Heyman.
I think Heyman can do it because Heyman, if you look at Heyman, he's constructed in a small little box. He can't do anything outside that small little box. He can come close to coming out of the box a little bit, but he can't fully come out the box, right? He's in AEW. He can finally kind of do certain things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think it's too late for AEW in that sense because, to me, they're just mirroring WCW, where there's too many cooks in the kitchen.
Yes.
There's too many people who have green light.
Like, they have to find one person.
It's too late.
Like, they have to find their Pat Patterson that is gonna just get everything together. Find their one person or someone beside Tony Khan that can be like, hey, this is the story that we want to tell for the year. You know what I mean? And then let the people do underneath. To me, I'm like, as a performer, the person they can get to make that big change is CM Punk, and get him just to rip down the whole, like, pretty much just rip the whole show apart.
Who's gonna give him reins to do that?
It's not but that goes back to the people I was saying, like that one creative person and that person beside Tony helping Tony direct that story, because CM Punk ripping it down is like a rebirth. They get to start over and create the show that they were supposed to, and use CM Punk as the catalyst, as he's the one who made it this way, but we conquered him and we kind of kept it this way, you know? Mm-hmm. But one more thing, I think Vince, with this whole shit, he needs to go to Jim Ross, Jim Cornette, Paul Heyman, and create their WWE Illuminati. And just listen, let's take care of these shows. Because
Jim Ross ain't going back to WWE.
Listen, Jim Ross love money. It don't matter what they say. And let's be serious. If I go to AEW and they give me money and sign me to a contract, am I still gonna be like, yeah, I might still go back to WWE though? No, I'm not saying that. I work for these people. Like, I gotta ride for them. Just like Jericho. When Jericho says, yo, I wouldn't go back to WWE. Yes, you would.
The right price.
Yes, you would. Like, when your time is up in WWE, and if you can still go, or if WWE calls you on one of those legend nights, you're coming through.
And he brings a list with him? Oh yeah.
He'll do the hits. He'll do all the hits.
Yeah, he'll find something new too.
It's come on. Nobody's gonna tell Vince
because he owns the bubbly. He brought the bubbly and the list.
It's not gonna like tell Vince no. Like, none of them will tell Vince no. That's why I'm like, Vince needs to grab them and maybe some of the younger guys that they know can really tell the story and get that mixed together. So you'll have that old school work, but the new kids' stories. So new kids be like, yeah, no, we can't tell stories that way anymore, but we can twist it this way. This is how good guys and bad guys are supposed to be now. And then we work it that way. But yeah, that is my final thought. I want to thank everybody for coming tonight. Executive producer.
GMTM.
Talent coordinator.
Mr. Steven S.
And
Happy holidays,
what's that
everybody.
guy? What's the guy like? The runaround guy. That's me. I'm the runner. But yes, go ahead. You say happy holidays. I'm not going to steal your shine.
Happy holidays, everybody. Kwanzaa, Christmas, whatever you celebrate,
Hanukkah.
do the best. Be safe. Drink a lot. Eat a lot. Love your family. Love your friends. And just enjoy life. Love life. It was a rough 2020, right? Let's make 2021 a better year. We're already starting off with a quarantine in Ontario, but let's not make that the worst thing. You know what I'm saying? We still have a full year to go ahead. I'm saying, what is that? You got over there? Ooh, you got, ooh.
I just put black rum in a verse. It's kind of funny that you just kind of show that.
That should have been my face.
But yes, that's another episode of The Casual Thing. Thank you for joining us. And Trace, take us out.
Shot Club Podcast. Like, share, comment, subscribe. We know when you've been naughty and when you've been nice.
But if you ain't watching this show, you naughty.
Naughty. That was my input. Good night, everybody.
Peace
Merry
out, guys.
Christmas. Happy.
Thank you very much. It was a great year.
New Year. And
Are we doing one next week or we just do one in the new year? Which one? What's up?
let's watch SmackDown. Let's watch SmackDown and decide.
I don't know if I'll be in the evenings. I might be working evenings that whole week. So
keep us posted. I have no work next week, so I'll be here. Are we going live or no?
I'm down.
All right.
I'm going to eat a steak.
Another 10 minutes.
Okay, yeah, we can do that.